Hello and welcome to the EPD1. Today's teardown is the Siemens EPD1 dose meter. It's not a true Geiger counter, and some of you might recognise this in my DP66 Geiger counter video because I had it on display as one of the example ones. I did actually use this as a belt dosimeter for a while until it eventually cacked itself, a fault of the sensor which I tried to fix and failed miserably. It has since been superseded relatively recently by this, which I found on eBay, a EPD1 and yes, you can see the normal background radiation, which usually goes 20 to 19, that's the same at home, at work, sometimes creeping up and down. But yeah, I pretty much have this on my belt because I like having a Geiger counter on me wherever I go. It's just part of being a weirdo nerd. But hey, no, there's no prepping thing behind it. I just really love Geiger counters, and so I like to have one on me. And it also means if you find something that's potentially radioactive when you're out and about, you can measure it. But that's getting off subject. So we'll put Mr. PD2I to one side. I broke the original belt clip that's sitting on the desk somewhere, so I attached this to it, and it's attached to my work ID. So this is one I've had in my collection of Geiger counters for quite a few years now, since uni. Got some basic user guide on the bottom here, all that good jazz. Let's see if I can raise the camera a bit actually. Don't know if I'll get away with this. Oh, yeah, that'll do. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want. Gives us a bit more vertical working room. So we'll take the battery cover off. This uses a now obsolete lithium battery as its thing. I think it was originally disposable, but I discovered I could use old mobile phone batteries, so that's what I used for it for the few weeks it worked before it cacked itself. We'll be able to show you the error, and it still does it because I just ran it. So you take the battery cover off. It's got a weird connector that I soldered on some wires to, so we'll turn it around so you can see the screen. Oh no, please tell me the camera isn't balanced on the probes. Hang on. It's not balanced on the probes, but the probes were certainly having an effect. Alright, now we need to somehow do this without completely screwing up. See, children? This is why tripods were invented. And then, there we go. Good. As you can see with cables, what do? They mangle up together. Why? Shits and giggles, I guess. We will get to the takey apart part, don't worry. So we power this up, good, you can see the screen. You initially have to reset it with a little jumper pin, so we've just found a random bit of wire on my desk and that suffices perfectly. Hold it on there. Yeah, I did. Oh. Yeah, careful when you use your probes to blow up lithium batteries in your back garden. You can kind of ruin them. Okay, it's not even powering up now. Ah, the fun of... See, this is what you get with live. This is the bit where anyone who actually has decent YouTube goes into editing and removes the offending time zone of it not doing anything. Why are you not playing ball? Have I blown my power supply up somehow? Wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world, now would it? Nope, that's working. It's completely cacked itself that it doesn't even want to switch on for a test now. Fantastic. Yeah, as you can see, there's a bit of a stinker when it came to Geiger counter tech for me. I mean, yeah, it's an interesting device, but 4.2 volts. There we go. Beep. There we go. It's coming to life now. It's just dodgy wiring. So it'll do this boot process, it'll beep a few times and it'll eventually go fail 15, which was a sensor error. That's the alarm sound it makes. A horrible noise. This has a horrible alarm on it too. I'll stick it back on my belt in a bit. I'll do that now while it goes through the boot up process actually. Hey look, you can see my IBM. Goes. That means when I go out and about, I got my Geiger, and it also means next time I go to Chicago, I will have it on me. Because I didn't have it back in August when I went to Chicago this year. There we go, there's the fail. Eventually it stops beeping, but we're not going to wait for it to stop beeping. So yeah, it's Cactus, so it's basically just a shelf queen these days. I just have it on display because, well, Geiger counters. Geiger counters look interesting. Right. Thank you, Mr. Probes, for doing that. So yeah, this thing is Cactus. This is actually riveted on. Sorry about the lighting, but one of the lights on my ceilings has gone Cactus, so I'm having to rely entirely on the desk lights. Yeah, the design uses a lot of rivets, which I don't like. This thing was an absolute arse to get apart when I first took it apart to try and fix it. I've actually got original photos of it up on my Facebook group. Never went back together properly either. Oh god, this is bringing back memories trying to get this apart. Memories I thought were long forgotten. No, there's still something in there. Here we go, it's coming. You get to see it in all its glory. There we go. So there's the top piezo beeper, like right there. 2 buttons. This thing did really have waterproofing. So yeah, here's your 2 main sensors. One's in this nice thicker shielding. This is your gamma only. Doesn't seem to be lead. Hang on, I think it might actually be lead. Scratches very easily, so that could be lead. Then there's this one, which is your beta, and then there's this mysterious one. And here's the original actual diodes. Because this uses diodes as its form for it, and here's the one I replaced, which was the same as this. Yeah, it didn't work. I tried testing it, matching the value outputs. Yeah, nothing worked. So if I remember, how does this board come out? That's it. Wine, disgusting stuff. We pull out the board, and then we have an interesting array of chips. Interestingly, this one's on its own separate point, which will be for the shielding and also Give it some heat compensation. This looks like, yeah, 24C16. That's a EEPROM, but not in your standard 8-pin package. This one I think is the CPU, but I haven't googled any of these. And then these are weird custom ones. 23.7, that's potentially memory. 92, 93, 92. This thing's over 20 years old now. Then this lovely hybrid unit, which has a bunch of chips and capacitors and that underneath. There's not actually a lot inside it. 9311th front board, issue 10, issue 8. Probably quite late in its life. But yeah, that's really what's inside it. I wish I could tell you more, but you know, you got your processor, it samples from the diodes. Most of what it's done, how this works, is a whole load of mathematics I could never hope to understand. Got some corrosion or something there where the pins for another piezo buzzer come through. Yeah, interestingly there's two piezo buzzers. I'm not sure why that is. Then you got your two buttons, crystal oscillators, a clock crystal and a processor crystal. The display, that's the display driver. That's what that is. That's the display driver. I just looked at the traces on the board. One of these two is the processor. Bit hard to tell just by looking at the board, but yeah. I should desolder these diodes and use them for something else since the main unit is cactus. Yeah. Not really much more to say about it, really. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found that interesting. It would be nice to get it working, but that won't happen. And stop recording.